Hi everyone, I'm Maxime Vermeer, Director for Innovation at Abby. I'm excited to tell you today about low-code, no-code and how it's the new fuel for digital transformation. In this short presentation, I'm going to walk you through some of those concepts, but towards the end, I actually want to talk to you about what is really possible when you've got the right skills to have any kind of capability around document processing available to you within your digital transformation journey. I hope you're quite as excited as I am to go through this together today. But first, I want to tell you a bit more about Abby. Abby is a digital intelligence company that's been around the globe for about 30 years. We specialize in being able to deliver the right skills on both process and content for your digital transformation journey. We specialize into specifically process mining, but also document understanding. It's on those two topics that I actually want to talk to you about today, but more specifically about the citizen developer. The citizen developer being able to do tasks that he wants to execute as quickly as possible by having the right skills at hand. But first, let's dive into low code, the future of coding. There's a lot of talk going around about whether or not low code, no code really is the way forward. There's these questions that are popping up here and there to understand whether we can actually go without developers to develop the business applications that we need. But of course, you need to think about, is it really the future? Well, we'll try to find out the answer together in the rest of this presentation. As a company, we really focus on being able to deliver low code, no code, because we do see that is the way forward. And I hope to show you that towards the end. But the question arises, of course, what are the challenges when you're building business applications? All of us have felt it whenever we're working within the organization or even with external customers. It's incredibly important to understand all of the different facets that go into building these business applications. Here's just some of them on the screen. Going from the expectations that you set to how complex the processes are, security and compliance, any kind of legacy systems that you still have to deal with. All of these make part in terms of how quickly you can actually go from having a solution to actually executing that solution. But that is typically the thing that you see today in large enterprises and any kind of space really, where actually you're going from defining the solution up until the point that you can put it into production, and that is a huge time gap. We have to build all of those applications. And of course, the organization is changing as we go. It wouldn't be the first time that I talk to a partner or a customer and they tell me, well, Max, we've taken this great solution, we've built it, we've built our business app, it was working great. But as we were building it, the requirements were actually changing. So how do we cope with that? We don't have enough developers to deal with all of these different time constraints. So the question arises, how big is that problem really? How many developers do we not have? Well, there's been a lot of research around that. There is an app gap challenge that we have to overcome. Here you can see a quick graph about the shortage, the supply, and the demand. And as you see, there's some interesting tidbits in there. There's 500 million new apps that will be built in the next 5 years. That's more than all of the apps that we've built in the last 40 years. Of course, this is being accelerated already by just looking at the capabilities of coding, and also that we've made this much more diverse within our population globally. But still, there is a shortage of the amount of people that we actually have that can build our business applications and that can actually keep up with how fast the organizations are changing themselves. So that's why we also see that 5 times faster demand for mobile apps than IT departments can actually deliver. Even if you're working with external companies on delivering those, you still have that demand being larger than what you can actually deliver as an IT department. And what does that cause? Friction. Friction between the business and the IT departments, causing the business side of the business to actually try to do things themselves without the IT department, causing more friction because then you're out of sync. And that's why 86% of organizations struggle to find the technical talent to build all of these business applications. These are huge numbers. And actually, they all support the thing that we're here to talk about today. How low code, no code is actually the way that you can move forward very quickly with building business applications. But there's a little bit more to it. The Wall Street Journal said low-code becomes high priority. CIO, how low-code platforms are transforming software development. Forrester even said by year's end, 75% of development shops will use low-code platforms. And actually, it's that last one that I want to zoom in on. Especially here in our region, there is this kind of misconcept about the fact that low-code, no-code is all about building applications, building software that do a specific thing. But it's so much bigger than that. The low-code platforms that Forrester refers to is exactly what companies should be looking at. And not only that, you need to have that synergy, that low-code platform that's going to stick everything together for you, but you also need the right skills to complement that platform. So that is something that we want to point out specifically today. It is a high priority, low-code, no-code, but the platforms are not just for software development. They're there to actually help you build end-to-end solutions, end-to-end processes. And that's what all of the enterprises and companies should go for. A few more interesting facts. By 2024, low-code, no-code application development will be responsible for more than 65% of application development activity. Gartner has done incredible interest into this specific area and provided really good insights. The thing is, again, we're talking specifically about application development. There's so much more because the application is only one side of a process. The process itself considers many different facets, both customer-facing and the internal customer as well. There's a definition by Creatio that specifies out that low-code is software development approach that requires little to no coding in order to build applications, but also processes. It's all about the visual interfaces that you have, simple logic and drag and drop features, instead of extensive coding languages that require a huge amount of technical knowledge. And you're probably wondering, well, this one can actually stop the gap that we have. It will enable more people to do this, but we'll still need technical know-how. That's absolutely true. With low-code, no-code, the business and IT can start to work together much more synchronously, being able to change and adapt to the changes that the customers are demanding. And in doing so, being able to keep up with any kind of competition. Now I wanted to zoom back out onto the topic that I mentioned before. Low-code, no-code is a really interesting subject. And as we can see, research demands us to actually tells us that this is the way forward. But again, the focus, especially here, is so much on the actual application development, but it's so much more. What I want to show you next in the presentation is actually to talk about how your low-code, no-code platform, and there's plenty of services out there that can help you with that, is going to be able to string together all of the individual components, the best-of-breed components in many different areas, and how that is going to allow you to be successful in your digital transformation journey. So to tell you a bit more about some of those skills, some of those capabilities that we as a company deliver to this platform, to your digital transformation journey and efforts in the low-code, no-code space, I want to tell you about Vantage today. Typically, we see that there's so much challenges within the transformation, and 80% of business processes are completely document-centric. Whether we're talking about loan origination, accounts payable, customer onboarding, and even claims. All of them consider to have documents inside of these processes. And even if you're building low-code, no-code business apps, that's only one side of that process. There's nothing to help you out with understanding that document and alleviating the pains that your customers are going through whenever they have to fill out something manually, or even when information is being shared between different departments. All of that is between documents. So it's for that reason that we have a different approach. So we also talked about the low-code, no-code focusing on the process and not just the business applications. We offer a new approach to process intelligence by allowing you to map out exactly how your process is working today and what improvements you can do with those capabilities of low-code, no-code. But specifically on today's topic, I want to talk to you about how we're bringing a completely new document skills library that is AI-powered and fits with that low-code, no-code paradigm of drag, drop, and deploy. And also, it offers the seamless integration that you're looking for with the low-code platforms and tools that you're already using today. The great thing is we can turn any kind of document into data. We even say there is a skill for that. Our entire concept is built around the paradigm of skills. Skills delivers the necessary plugins for your low-code platform so that it can start to understand more things than just raw data coming from different systems. It will allow you to also understand documents using our marketplace and Vantage to power that. So let's have a look at exactly how these skills can help you solve some of your digital transformation problems. So on the Abby marketplace, we have a skill for almost everything. The entire premise of low-code, no-code is that you can get started incredibly quickly. With the marketplace, you'll be able to see that there are tons of documents that you can already start processing today without any development, and it will accelerate all of those digital transformation journey projects. And most importantly, it will actually enable all of your automation teams because it's that easy to use. So how exactly does that work? Well, whatever kind of environment that you're working in, whatever kind of platform that you've chosen, or maybe you're still out on the decision on what low-code, no-code tools that you're going to bring into house, Vantage can work with all of them. You can show us any kind of document. Most likely we'll make it work out of the box. We have our marketplace with pre-built processes for skills, working with documents, classifying documents, even providing end-to-end solutions through our partners. And of course, plugging right into your automation platform of choice, whether that be a low-code, no-code platform tool, RPA, BPM, you name it. We're there to plug into it, and as you'll see in the next slide, we actually have a lot of ecosystems already built around Vantage and the marketplace that will accelerate even more your efforts. So actually, let me just show you how all of that works. So right here, we have the marketplace. We're always starting there. It's great to see how big the ecosystem around Vantage has already become. In just a few short months since we've launched, we've actually had tremendous feedback from all of our partners and customers at how great they find the marketplace. What you'll see is that on the marketplace, there are tons of skills. Document skills, connectors, processing skills, and also demo applications. Whenever you go into one of these capabilities or one of these assets, for example, certificate of origin, whether that's invoices, bill of lading, bank statements, all of them are available here. On these asset pages, you'll be able to see exactly what this skill can do for you. We'll tell you what this bill of lading can extract, how it works, what the maturity level is of the skill, whether it works out of the box or is just a framework skill. It's incredible to see how much of these are interconnected. So whenever you find one particular skill for your process, you can click right through to another document that's probably just as involved within that process. Just imagine taking these skills and plugging them into your low-code, no-code platform. Immediately, it will start to understand the documents that you have within your business processes. As you can see, there are already a huge amount of connectors and applications ready to go. And as you can see, they're all in the low-code, no-code space. Going from Cryon, Pipefy, Tokabot, Inkture, and all of the RPA platforms and Microsoft Power Platform as well. So many connectors are available here, and the marketplace is just very exciting. Of course, we've also tried to organize all of this into your specific business processes. So again, we've tried to make it incredibly easy for you to find exactly what you need in a short amount of time. But we wanted to take it one step further. What you're seeing here is our design interface, where you can actually go in, configure, and in a low-code way, actually a no-code way, tell Vantage what to do. The first thing is we wanted to make it incredibly easy for our customers to find exactly the type of skill that they need. So we've invented our digital assistant. What I've done is I've dropped a few documents in, and Vantage is already trying to figure out whether it knows these documents and if there's a skill for that on the marketplace. When it finds the right skill, it actually immediately allows us to see the results in just seconds. Just think about how much time you can save into your digital transformation projects when you have these types of capabilities. It's incredible to see. But not only that, we wanted to make it even easier. One of the other capabilities that we have here inside of Vantage is our mobile experience. By simply scanning this QR code, I'm going to be able to load an experience onto my mobile device that allows me to capture a document on the fly. And again, all being powered by the skills inside of Vantage, making them incredibly fast at determining what type of document that you're working with. So let's have a look at exactly how that works. So we're going to scan that QR code. This will load on iOS an app clip that uses all of the capabilities of your mobile device. On Android, we'll use the web browser, Chrome, to do everything exactly the same way. What you're going to see is that Vantage is automatically figuring out, using your mobile device, what the document is, where it is, cropping it out, and making it perfect for analysis within the platform itself. So in just a few short seconds, you can go from a document that you have that somebody comes ask you, can you help me automate this? The answer is yes. Just use your mobile device, get it into Vantage, and the digital assistant will tell you that this invoice is exactly something that we can work with. And again, from all of these skills and all of these documents that we've just uploaded, in just minutes, we can see results. That is the low-code approach. So just to give you an example, here we've loaded our document that we had scanned using a mobile device. All of the important information has been recognized. Going from the header details to the line items, all of it is just there and just works out of the box. This is all being powered by our fully pre-trained skills, using machine learning, AI, and advanced neural networks trained on thousands of documents to make you successful at automating your business process. Not only can we do that for semi-structured documents, invoices and likes, but as you can see, tax forms, any kind of document, really we can attack it with Vantage and make you successful, and making sure that you can automate that business process and not get stuck on doing some of that grunt work. Here's just another example of our receipt skill, also fully pre-trained, just working out of the box. All of the details that you could need for your next expense management business application. Now, of course, that's not all. Within the capabilities of Vantage, you can probably be asking yourself right now, well, what if there isn't a skill for that just yet? What if the digital assistant told you, well, there's nothing there on the marketplace just now? We're actually building out more and more skills into the future. But today, I'm going to show you how easy it is to build your own skill as well. We're going to build a new order skill. This new skill is going to be able to interpret our document and actually extract all of the relevant information that we want to have. And I'm going to show you exactly how the low-code approach really is important. And it can help you to accelerate incredibly fast. All you really have to do is indicate on the document what pieces of information that you want to have. By just clicking and pointing, we're creating the entire configuration of how this skill needs to extract the information from this document. And not just this document, any other document that looks like it. Anything that's in order will work with this skill. That's the power of the FastML technology that we've built into Vantage. Also, something as complex as a table, we can just extract. And even here, in the design phase, we've made it incredibly easy to help you out and not have to do a huge amount of work, which is typically what you have to do with ML-based types of approaches. By clicking this simple button after we've indicated what exactly Vantage needs to extract from the table, it will do the rest of the markup completely magically for you. So this saves a huge amount of time. What if this table been bigger? What if it was 2 pages, 3 pages, 400 pages? It just works. It helps you out with figuring out exactly what you need to do next. Of course, there's a lot more that I can show you here in Vantage, but for today, this is exactly what we wanted to do. Show you how quick and easy it is to train and build a new skill all the way from scratch. So as we're training, we're enabling our FastML technology that's completely new and revamped inside of Vantage. It enables very quick machine learning, but still allows you to have the power of indicating exactly what it is that you want and training very quickly, which is typically not the case with more specifically neural network-based types of approaches. With FastML, you can get started with just a single document And Vantage will be there to continuously train itself as you use the skill more and more. Now, of course, now that we've built this skill, that's absolutely great. We can start to use it with a huge amount of connectors that we have, and also with all of the capabilities through our APIs. But typically, just one skill is not enough. When you're building something that is about document processing, and it's fitting into a larger business process, there is more that you need to do. That's why we also have processing skills. So with the processing skill, you'll be able to build an entire end-to-end solution, going from the flow that you want to design, and you can either take that step by step from the activities, or you can use one of the great workflows that we suggest. What you see right here on the screen is a typical type of workflow. We go from input all the way through output, and I'll talk you through step by step how you can design this yourself, even today. Input can come from our connectors again, but also from our APIs or a hot folder. Then we're going to classify out exactly what type of document that we're going to send to this particular skill. And as you can see, Vantage will continuously train itself based on the input that we provide. We'll come back to that in just a second. The next step, once we know what type of documents we have, is of course to also indicate what type of documents extraction skill that we want to use to have all of that data pulled out. We're using the order skill that we built before, and we can select any other skill that we want to add and map across into this particular process flow. For each and every one, we're turning on the online machine learning. This means that whenever we get to that review step, only when necessary, a document will be displayed to the user, where they can make corrections, where they can indicate where something was missed, and actually all of that will continuously train Vantage to improve itself based on that input. So no manual effort is ever in vain. It's all configurable here, low code, no code. Not a single line of code we've written actually to go through this full process so far. And I think that's just absolutely amazing. Whenever you get to the review step, again, a user interface that's embeddable inside of your business application will be shown, after which Vantage will output all of this information into your specific business application that you called it from. It's just amazing to see all of the things that are possible here with Vantage. And in a short amount of time, we've built our extraction skill, we've talked about classification capabilities, and also a processing skill, allowing you to go really deep into your digital transformation journey. I want to thank you for watching this presentation together with me. I hope you found it interesting. And remember, it's all about taking it to the platform and having the right skills that you need to build your digital transformation low-code, no-code platform. And I hope that you saw today that Abby's there to help you along the way with the right skills for all of your documents at any given point.